It's me, episode 226 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling, and today is October 31st, 2017. It's Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween to everybody that celebrates. It's a fun time for the kids. I got a cameraman of my own, and we just had an epic night trick-or-treating, and so it takes me back. I mean, a lot of shows this last weekend have been Halloween themes, but taking it back to being a kid or even as an adult, I guess, what are your experiences with Halloween and wrestling? How many Halloween shows have you been a part of? How many Halloween costumes have you dressed up that pertain to wrestling? I've been a part of a few Halloween shows. This one last weekend was a Halloween, and the one before. And it was great to see all the people, the fans dressing up in costumes, and even some of the wrestlers, and include a couple pumpkins in the match and all that kind of fun stuff. Looking back, I haven't been a part of that many Halloween shows. And the WWF or WWE always usually does some kind of Halloween, although a lot of times it's just not what you would. It's not for me anyway. They just try too hard to be funny and entertaining, and sometimes it's not. I like when it just seems organic. But as far as Halloween costumes, I've dressed up as wrestlers lots of times, but only once in my childhood did I actually wear a wrestling costume for Halloween. I remember it precisely. The year was 1993. I was in grade 6 at Discovery Passage Elementary School, and I dressed up my costume as The Undertaker. This is back when he was just the black with the gray gloves and the gray stocking things on by his boots. And every year my mom outdid herself. She really made all of our costume from scratch. Like she was an incredible sewer, and she would always want to know like a month in advance what our costumes were going to be. And we would have to show her pictures, and she would do a tremendous job of bringing it to life and having it not bought in a store. Like one year I was a Ninja Turtle, Raphael, and she made me this costume. I was Steve Urkel one year. I was a lot of, I trick-or-treated probably like 11 years out of my life. But the Undertaker one, man, she did it flawlessly. She got the gray gloves, she got the hat, she got the long coat, the gray tie. She sewed most of this herself. Like she would get the materials, because you couldn't just go buy an Undertaker tie in the store. And that was a great time for me. I even have it, this is around the time that my family first got a video camcorder or whatever in 1993, and we had something where the parents were allowed to come to school, and we were having like a Halloween dance in the gym. And this was actually the first dance I ever was a part of in school. And we had this thing where we would walk, every class would walk through every other class with their costumes, and like do the parade, basically, a costume parade. And my mom was there and she filmed it, and I have me walking past as The Undertaker and being in character too. And man, that was such a great memory. And but always on The Willow Show, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I want to hear, have you ever dressed up as a wrestler for Halloween? And what do you think of, do you have any memorable Halloween shows? I mean, there was always Halloween Havoc that a lot of times didn't really have anything to do with Halloween other than the set. But I want to hear, what are your memories of Halloween and wrestling? I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!